Okay, so we're here today with the TF-RTA from Smok. It's quite an interesting device. It's actually a 4-coil device. It's been around for a while. It's been around for around 10 years already. So, you know, it's quite an old device, but, you know, it was on promotion, so I thought I'd pick it up. So let's go straight into the build. We're going to just double check that the screws are all nice and tightened up. As you can see, the coils are already come pre-installed. It's nice of them. Thank you ever so much. Imagine next time that we do a build in this, it's going to be quite interesting getting these coils in, but you know, we'll find out about that next time. I always like to double check that the screws are nice and tight. You know, it can really make a difference to your final ohm reading. If it's a bit loose, then you know things aren't going to be quite right and you're not going to get a good reading. It's not going to be as it should be. So you know, make sure these little screws are nice and tight. Yeah. These coils are around 1.5 millimeter in diameter, so when you're getting your cotton out, you're going to need to shred it right down to around 1.5 millimeters. You know, the wicking holes also are really quite small, so we're going to need to get the cotton down in diameter quite a bit. We'll have a look at that in a minute. There you go. So get the first one threaded through. 4 coils, 4 times the problems. As you can see, it's quite thin, nice and snug in there. This has come with 4 simple Claptons pre-installed. The second bit of cotton. My sausages get in the way. Then we get the tweezers out. There we go, straight through. Nice and snug in there, looking good. On to the third one, same process. There we go, straight through, nice and easy. And the last one, the 4th one. Just roll the end up nice and tight, and should go straight through nice and easily. Right. There we go. It's the end off, and a little bit there. There we go, straight through, and pull it through nice and snug, and then we go all 4 wicked up, ready to be cut. Now we'll just trim them back where they should be. Take a little measurement down to the bottom of the tank. Looks about right. There we go. So we do 2 at a time. You know, they're only 1.5 millimeters, so it's not going to be too much for the scissors to get through. The 3 millimeter altogether if you're doing 1.5 each. There we go, and there's the last one. There we go, nicely snipped off, and get them with the needle noses, give it a nice fluff out. You're going to want to comb this out quite a lot because the wicking holes are really small on this device. You know, we'll check that out in a second. Right, give it on the bottom side as well. Get all 4 sides done. And the second one. Put it back through a little bit, nice. On to the third one. There we go. Now on to the 4th one. That looks kind of cool, just like that really, doesn't it? You know, but yeah, we're gonna have to trim it down, aren't we? Nice sharp pair of scissors, and just trim it back. There we go. 3rd one, and finally the 4th one. So we go back to our needle noses, and we'll do our best to get this into the wicking holes. And just to move it all together, and try and get this all in at the same time. There's a screw in the way here as well, so it's not going to be the easiest of things to do. But you know, where there's a will, there's a way. I'm sure we're going to be able to get it in there. There we go, not too bad. At least these needle noses are really thin, so we'll be able to get it in there nice and easily. As you can see there, there's a little opening where the juice will come through onto the wick and go onto the coils. And you can see the cotton through the hole. Onto the second one. A little bit extra there. Take it away. The same process. Again. There we go. Is it going to go in this time? Do our best. There we go. The second one's in. Just pry it down slightly. Be careful not to damage your cotton too much. You know. So, you know, these holes are very, very small. So do your best to get it in there. They're looking good. There you go. You can see the wicking hole there. And the cotton protruding out of the bottom. On to the third one. A bit fiddly, these guys. You know, so much cotton to get into such a small little hole. Let's hope it's worth it. There we go, third one. This is definitely an exercise in patience, I'll give you that much. And on to the fourth one. For those that are used to single coils, this is 4 times the trouble. This is definitely not for a beginner. You know, this is definitely for an advanced vapor. Somebody that really knows what they're doing, especially dealing with 4 coils. If you're going to try and get a build into that, not knowing what you're doing, you're going to run into all sorts of difficulty. So this is definitely for the advanced vapor. And there we go. Final one in. Just a little tug out the bottom. And there we go. Sweet. Nice. Good job. One could come up a little bit more, probably. There we go. Bring it out. Sometimes it will just need a little bit of a comb out. Thin it out a little bit extra, a little bit more, and get it back in. I just felt a little bit too compacted, you know. If it doesn't feel right, you know, change it. If it's not right the first time, you always got an opportunity to change it. You don't have to go with what's wrong, you know. You can change it if it's necessary. Now let's go for it again and see if it's a little bit easier this time. Let's see if we can get it down into that wicking hole and out the bottom like the other ones have done. There we go. It's a little bit easier this time. There we go. There she is. That's a bit better. And out the bottom she comes. So all the 4 wicking ports or wicking holes now full up with cotton. And we're ready for some e-juice. Before we get some e-juice on there, let's just have a look at this finalized. You can see up close all of the cotton coming through the wicking holes, and that's the way it's going to be. Fructose is the e-liquid that we're going to be using today. It's nice and fruity, nice like forest fruits kind of thing happening there, a little bit of ice, very nice flavor. Should go in nicely on these coils. when you're juicing up, don't be in a rush. Go slowly, take your time. Let the cotton absorb the e-liquid. A little bit on each. I like to give it a little bit of a pulse so that it can get all nice and saturated down into the middle of the cotton itself. 4 coils for this single battery, it's going to be a lot that I'll be asking for, but you know, it's getting there. A little bit of well, something's happening. There's some smoke coming off of it anyway. Smells good. Let's put the top cap on and the tank. The tank actually has a locking mechanism for the e-liquid. Let's see if we can show you that. There you go. You see, it's closed. When it has this kind of mechanism, I always like to fill it up when it's closed. It kind of prevents any leakage. It kind of makes a vacuum, I guess, and prevents any leakage. This is quite a large tank. It's got a 4.5 milliliter capacity. Let's see how long this one's going to last. You know, 4 coils sucking on that juice, it's probably not going to last too long, but you know, we'll check it out, see how long it lasts. Open it up and we should start to get some bubbles coming up. There you go, you can see that. There you go, beautiful. That's the cotton nice and saturated. So we're down to 0.17 ohms on this Smok device. 60 watts. Let's see how it goes. It's incredibly smooth. I'm really surprised. 60 watts, you know, really high there on the wattage, and you know, really smooth vape. Beautiful flavor. Really happy with the device. It's a bit of a tricky build. It's definitely not a tank for your beginner. You know, it's definitely an advanced build. The pre-installed coils is definitely a bonus. When it comes to complete rebuild, that's definitely going to be a bit entertaining. So you know, I'll give you an update then when we get a full rebuild going into there. The coils are very small, so you know, a 1.5 millimeter coil diameter there. So when you're shredding your cotton down, you need to get down to quite a fine diameter of cotton there just to get it into the wicking holes. As you saw in the build, you know, the wicking holes are very small. So I did have a little bit of difficulty there. I had to take it out a couple of times and thin it down slightly so we can get it into the wicking holes. But you know, we got there in the end, and we got a really good vape out of it. You know, happy with this device. I'm sure it's going to be on the mod for a couple of days now and see how it works out. And you know, I'll keep you informed, give you updates on the other social media networks. You know, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and jump over to the Instagram and Facebook pages, and you know, get a grip of what's going over there as well. Okay, so you guys take it easy, have a good one, see you soon, bye.